So today I like to give you a little bit more technical about a device that called Yeast Force. And let me share my screen so that you can see what I can see. So I hope everybody can see the presentation. That's great.
Yes, we can. Yep.
Okay, so as Dr. Lin said, we are coming from the gas measuring industry, and we are focused on bioprocessing. So we are used to measure the production of yeast by monitoring the CO2 and oxygen. And I don't know exactly, 5 years ago, we had been asked by the VH Berlin, you see the logo at the left corner here, if we can develop a device to monitor or measure really the DAO volume. And this is what I want to show you today, how that works. And if you miss some examples or something like this, please feel free to contact me later for more details. So BlueSens is founded, as we've heard, in 2001. Just a very brief introduction. In Germany, a city called Herten. This is in a former coal mining area here, so we are in a restructuring process and part of it. And we do have a subsidiary in Wooddale is next to Chicago to get you an idea where it is. And but we supply our products worldwide through distribution partners if we have one in the country, or we do it directly. So our idea is to manufacture robust and high quality analytics. That's what we did for the last 23 years, and we proceed with that. Not only instruments, but we also develop software, and another piece of software is what we will see today too. Yeah, it's me. I'm the CEO, responsible for marketing and sales, and my co-founder Udo is the development and the production department. He's an electro engineer, and as we have heard, a chemist. So we have an interdisciplinary team here, and that's why we have so many cool developments already. Just to take you in the loop, I think everybody knows what happens in the DAO. It's not new. The CO2 production inside is what causes the DAO volume, or the rising of the DAO finally. But we also know that not all the CO2 stays in the DAO, and this is part of this product that we use. So what is Yeast Force? Yeast Force has a gas outlet. Let me explain a little bit later why. We have the data connection system here. Then the blue thing is a sensor head, we call it. It measures CO2, pressure, and temperature. And we have a sample vessel that is basically, at the moment, a very, say, cost-effective IKEA jar. It's a little bit modified with a clamp system, but that's it. And we do have a closure system to get the system gas tight. This is mandatory to get it work and to get good measuring data. The gas outlet is what you can see in the next slide. We produce, or the DAO produces, a pressure and releases CO2. The pressure is because of the CO2 release, and we do not want to have the DAO to be influenced by higher pressure. And in, say, 10 millibar steps, the pressure is released. We measure, with this procedure, we measure 3 parameters at once. So one is a real DAO volume, the gas retention. That's basically what we finally can call the tearing point of the DAO. And sure, that is a parameter that most of you know already, the total gas volume, or some people or some instruments has a value that's called CO2 volume. That's the same here. And with this releasing of the pressure, we have no interfering influence on the DAO. That is part of the system here. the report looks basically like this. What does it mean? So the blue curve that you see in the report is the total gas volume or the total CO2 produced. The red one, the red line, is the Dow volume, and the green is the retention coefficient, what is basically the quotient from the produced volume and the Dow volume. It is pretty simple to use. Unfortunately, we can't go in the lab today, but it's pretty simple. So normally you put the unit in a water bath, warm it up, and as soon as your dough is ready, you just open the system, remove the sensor head, place the dough sample as quick as possible, close it, and as I've shown you, start the software. And that's it. You have seen that we have an outlet valve. This is protected with a filter so that no dust particle water can get into the system. This can be removed very easy. It's a quick connect. And afterwards, we attach, we call it a pump or piston, whatever the right name is here. This is a calibration device. In this pump, we have a known volume, so it's calibrated. And you just have to open or use the whole volume and push it in the system, and that's it. How does it look like? So the software is not only simple in use, also here it helps you to do the calibration. So as soon as we have the what is it? We pushed in the volume. You can see in here. Let me get my laser pointer back. There we go. So this is the beginning, and here you see this is a push of the volume, and yes, it has a little peak. That's okay. And we are looking only in this area. We need a plateau here because that number one gives us the gas tightness is measured here, and plus the total, say, total pressure that we measure is what we compare to the expected one. Because when we push in 20 mil, for example, and we know the whole system, we know what the pressure should be. To summarize that, this is a very compact device. That was the job or the project that we have to put it on in a very small footprint and with very cheap spare parts. It is very easy to set up, and yeah, you can see so many different things. And I've seen so many customers changing recipes, for example, or comparing different batches of yeast, whatever. So it's you see everything here. So that means also you can identify the idle point where you can put it in the oven. That's what we have seen a lot of times. And sure, we use here standard methods for the optimum result. At the end, you have a continuous and system that stores every data. The data are shown in a PDF, but also in a CSV file. We do have this automated pressure release so that the dough does not have any influence. And yeah, in industry, you get this water bath, but you can use it also for bakeries. Yeast producer need that. Dairy production is something we have seen. So in this case, for example, you can monitor a kefir, for example, or yogurt for 24 hours or 48 hours, what the gas production in is here. So we have number one is a check, the quality check of yeast, but we also can see where's the right time port for the baking process. Dairy products is what we have. We do have tests for effectivity of baking powder, but also the flour control, quality control. And if you have anything in mind, please feel free to ask or give us an application and we see if it's possible or not. If you have any questions, you can reach us on the normal channels, so email, website, but also on LinkedIn, Facebook, Insta, everywhere.